E-commerce in the Philippines enacted laws or policy issuance. October 17, 2013, DBM approval of DTI Rationalization Plan, creating a Philippine Accreditation Bureau or PAB under the Office of the Undersecretary for Consumer Protection Group or CPG, formerly Consumer Welfare and Trade Regulation Group of the Department of Trade Industry. This is the result of approval by the Department of Budget and Management or DBM of DTI's rationalization plan pursuant to Executive Order Number 366 dated on October 4, 2004. The rationalization program seeks to result in a government with greatly improved performance and organization structures that are highly efficient and results-oriented. Whereas EO 366 directs all departments or agencies of the executive branch to conduct a strategic review of their respective operations and organizations to identify the functions, programs, activities, and projects which can be scaled down, phased out, or abolished, or where more resources need to be channeled. November 21, 2014, BSP Circular Number 857, BSP Regulations on Financial Consumer Protection. The regulations cover all BSFIs. It enumerates the basic principles and ethical business practices that govern the conduct of BSFIs in dealing with their consumers. The board and senior management are responsible for developing the BSFIS consumer protection strategy and establishing an effective oversight over BSFI's consumer protection programs. The board shall be responsible for monitoring and overseeing the performance of senior management in managing the day-to-day consumer protection activities of the BSFI. November 21, 2014, Insurance Commission Circular Letter Number 2014-247, Guidelines on E-commerce of Insurance Products. Whereas the issuance of the insurance contract or policy through electronic form may offer consumers new and substantial benefits, convenience, and access to a wide range of insurance products and services. November 24, 2014, BSP Circular Number 859, Europay, MasterCard, and Visa or EMV Implementation Guidelines. It is the policy of the BSP to foster the development of safe, secure, efficient, and reliable retail payment systems, protect the integrity and confidentiality of customers' accounts and information, and uphold consumer protection. These guidelines shall govern the migration to and implementation of EMV of all BSIs with debit card issuing and acquiring functions. For credit card, only cash advance transaction at automated teller machines shall be covered since other credit card transactions are governed by the rules of the international payment networks. April 30, 2015, DOJ Advisory Opinion Number 02-2015, Advisory on Online Shopping Fraud. Consumers must remain vigilant and proactive in protecting their welfare and rights. Like traditional markets, customers should keep in mind in the principle of caveat emptor, buyer beware. In their online dealings, be mindful of some of the red flags. Seek assistance and redress from relevant regulatory agency. July 21, 2015, RA 10667, Philippine Competition Act or PCA or RA 10667. This act shall be enforceable against any person or entity engaged in any trade, industry, and commerce in the Republic of the Philippines. It shall likewise be applicable to international trade having direct, substantial, and reasonably foreseeable effects in trade, industry, or commerce in the Republic of the Philippines, including those that result from acts done outside the Republic of the Philippines. An act providing for a national competition policy prohibiting anti-competitive agreement.
On March 7, 2018, the appointment of the first Commissioner of the National Privacy Commission. So, noong March 7, 2016, inappoint si Raimundo Liboro as the first Commissioner of the newly created National Privacy Commission. So, inappoint siya ni President Benigno Aquino III. He fast-tracked data protection policy development in the country with the issuance of the Data Privacy Acts implementing rules and significant policy circulars within the first year of national privacy establishment, effectively working for the country data privacy and protection rules to be at par with global data protection regulations. So, yun yung ginawa niya nung first appoint lang bilang first commissioner. Yung goal niya is to implement or ipatupad yung batas ng Data Privacy Act of 2012 at para ma-monitor or ma-ensure yung kung sumusunod ba yung bansa natin dun sa law in accordance of Data Privacy Act dun sa international standards for data protection. Next, noong June 18, 2016, ito naman yung implementing rules and regulations of Republic Act 10667 ng Philippine Competition Act. So, after mag-conduct ng public consultations yung Philippine Competition Commission noong May 24, 2016 at yung last revision nila noong May 10, 2016 dun sa final draft ng pag-i-implement nila ng rules and regulations. And after ng final drafts, yung pinablish yung draft na yon or naka-final documents na siya noong June 3, 2016 at naging effective lang yung rules and regulations na ginawa nila noong June 18, 2016. Ito yung kino-cover ng Philippine Competition Act: anti-competitive agreements, abuse of dominant position, anti-competitive mergers and acquisition. So, yun lahat yung kino-cover niya. Pag dilabag mo isa dito, ito yung kakaharapin mong kaso. Yung purpose niya kaya in-implement para ma-enhance yung or may promote yung free and fair competition, yung walang dayaan. Yung free and fair competition trade sa industriya at sa lahat ng economics activities. Noong September 28, 2016, ito naman yung pagpapatupad ng CAO number 02/2016. Lahat ng import goods na may de minimis value ay walang tax. Kinocovers nito lahat. Kinocovers ng batas na to lahat ng importations. May de minimis value man o wala. So, ang ibig sabihin ng de minimis value kasi, ito yung mga goods or import products na walang tax. So, yung objectives niya is para mabawasan yung mga gastos sa pag-i-import. At para hindi rin makompromise yung borderline ng customs. Sumunod is para maging responsive yung bansa natin dun sa lumalaking pangkalakalan na ayon dun sa standard, ayon dun sa international trade agreement. Yung under naman ng section 423 ng CMPA na walang tax yung kokolektahin dun sa mga goods na i-import kapag yung product na yon is hindi tataas dun sa 10,000 or yung walang tax na sisingilin kung 10,000 pababa lang yung value ng product na yon. Ito yung mga import goods na kailangan ma-release as soon as possible. Noong October 10, 2016, National Privacy Circular 1601, Security of Personal Data in Government Agencies. Under naman ng Section 7 ng Data Privacy Act 2012, yung National Privacy Commission yung in charge sa provision of law. Kasama sa pangangalaga ng data or pagsisecure ng personal information yung mga government agencies or yung private sectors. Yung government agency kasi sila yung mga may katungkulan dun sa gobyerno. Yung mga customs, mga bureaus, yung mga padiring nasa loob ng universities, ganon. Next is yung under naman ng Section 22 ng Data Privacy Act 2012, yung mga namumuno or yung tinatawag ng mga government agency ay responsible for complying dun sa seguridad na nabanggit sa batas. Kasama dito yung pagsisecure ng any sensitive information ng mga humahawak ng data. So, sila ay responsible na dun sa personal information ng mga clients nila. Under naman ng Section 4, Appointment Papers of a Data Protection Officer. A designated individuals who is accountable for the organization's compliance with Data Protection Act. So, ito naman yung mga tindagang officer para sa appointment papers of a data. Ito naman yung mga itinalagang officer na accountable kung may mga inaasahang or mga hindi inaasahang pangyayari dun sa mga data. Sumunod naman ito yung privacy and protection policies. Ito naman yung gagawa ng patakaran or policies para maproteksyonan yung privacy ng clients. Under naman ng Section 5, Privacy Impact Assessment. Ito naman yung magkakandak ng privacy assessment each program para matukoy yung possible risk dun sa privacy ng data. Under naman ng Section 6, ito naman yung para ma-identify yung mga nakitang risk or tutugunan na yung mga nakitang risk through creating control framework. When we say control framework, ito yung mga gagamiting ways sa pag-control dun sa mga risk na nakita dun sa program. Next is Under pa rin ng Section 6, when we say ISO, International Organization for Standardization, and IEC, International Electrotechnical Commission. Ito naman yung recommended dun sa mga malalaking agencies, more than 1,000 employees. Ini-implement to na gamitin yung ISO or IEC 27002. Ito kasi yung Code of Information Security Controls para maiwasan yung possible risk na masira or mahack yung privacy ng data. Under naman ng Section 7, ito yung mga personal data na pinrases ng government agency ay dapat itago or ilagay sa isang lugar kung saan may strong code. Yung hindi siya madaling masira or makakompromise. Next is yung Section 8. Ito naman encryption of the data of personal data at rest and in transit. Ito naman yung personal data ay na pinrases. Yung personal data ay pinrases through digital or electronic devices. Yung data dapat encrypted. When we say encrypted, ito yung gumagamit ng strong password. Hindi siya as in naka-word. Yung password niya is hindi madaling ma-hack. Password policy. Ito naman yung gagawa ng strong password para yung risk na ma-hack yung data is maiwasan. Correction lang sa Section 8. When we say encryption, ito yung strong code, hindi siya basta-basta password. Yun yung nakalagay dito sa Section 8. Section 9, Access Control Policy. Ito naman yung dapat limitahan ng government agency, yung mga tauhan nila na may access sa lahat ng application para sa seguridad ng data ng clients. So, magtatalaga sila ng officers na hahawak dun sa sensitive information or dun sa personal information ng clients nila. Section 10, ito naman yung kapag ang government agencies ay kumuha ng isang service provider para sa pagkuha or para ma-secure yung personal data. Yung service provider ay dapat mag-function as personal information processor. So, yung government agency is responsible sa paghahanap ng personal information processor. Yung pag-provide ng data or nagpa-process ng mga data. Section 11, ito naman yung pag-audit para mas ma-ensure yung protection ng personal data. Ito naman yung nagsagawa ng pag-audit yung NPC or National Privacy Commission. Under naman ng Section 12, ito naman yung nire-recommenda na gamitin para sa pagsisecure ng data para sa mga provided by a service provider, sa mga humahawak ng data to, para ma-ensure that personal data is processed securely. Next, October 10, 2016, National Privacy Commission Circular 1602 Data Sharing Agreements involving government agencies. Ito naman yung pag-share ng data or pagbabahagi ng data or pag-transfer sa iba under ng personal information controller. So, yung nagko-control ng information, siya yung magta-transfer ng data dun sa other party. What is data sharing agreement muna? When we say data sharing agreement, ito yung contract or kasunduan between two or more parties. Ito yung agreement, data sharing agreement between two parties. Ito yung nagko-contain ng terms and conditions. Next is, what should a data sharing agreement contain? At unang-una is yung purpose of data sharing arrangement. Kung ano yung purpose ng data sharing arrangement? Identify of the personal information controller, kung sino yung may hawak ng personal information or yung data between two parties, kung sino yung controller or nagpa-process ng data. Term or duration of the agreement, kung kailan yung itatagal or kailan nagsimula yung agreement na ginawa. Overview, ito yung full details about dun sa operational detail of the data sharing agreement. General description of security measures and how the data subject may access the data sharing agreement, details on online access if applicable to the particular data sharing agreement, the personal information controller responsible for addressing data or information requests or complaints. So, yung may control ng data is responsible dun sa yung may mga requests or complaints. The specific method for return, destruction, or disposal information. Kung nagkaroon ng problema dun sa agreement, other terms and conditions, kung may yung mga iba pa nilang dagdag, kung may gusto pa silang ipadagdag sa agreements between two parties. Next is yung Section 1. A government agency may share or transfer personal data under its control or custody to a third party through a sharing data agreement. So, yung government agency, pwede daw silang mag-share or mag-transfer ng data sa ilalim nila or through them dun sa third party through a sharing data agreement. So, magkakaroon data sharing agreement kung papayag ba yung party na yon na pwedeng bang i-share ng government agency yung data nila dun sa iba. Sumunod is yung December 15, 2016 National Privacy Circular 1603 Personal Data Breach Management. Data breach is security incident that leads to accidental or unlawful destruction, loss, alteration, unauthorized disclosure, or access over unauthorized processing or personal data. Yung data breach, ito yung security ng data is nasira. Nagkaroon ng distraction. Kumbaga, pwedeng na-hack yung data, ganun. Nawala yung data. Na-compromise yung confidentiality ng personal data. How to handle data breaches. So, yung personal information controller is nag-implement ng security incident management policy. Yung purpose nito is para ma-manage yung security in case na magkaroon ng mga ganong pangyayari. Pagkakasira ng data or maaring ma-hack yung data. Every personal information controller or processor should have policies and procedures for the creation of a data breach response team, implementation of security measures and privacy policies, yung pagsisecure nila ng data dun sa personal information ng clients, implementation of an incident response procedure, mitigation. Ano we say mitigation? Ito naman yung pagre-reduce ng risk para hindi ma-hack or para hindi in case na mawala yung or ma-compromise yung confidentiality ng personal information. Compliance with the Data Privacy Act and other data protection laws and regulation.
NPC Circular 1604 Rules of Procedures. Sections 2 Scope and Coverage. These rules shall apply to all compliance filed before the National Privacy Commission or such other grievance, requests or for assistance or advisory opinions in other matter cognizable by the National Privacy Commission. Ang NPC Circular 1604, ito yung rules na dapat i-apply sa lahat ng mga nagsasampa ng kaso o reklamo bago ang National Privacy Commission or such other grievance, request or hiling ng mga assistance or advisory opinions and other matter cognizable by National Privacy Commission. February 09, 2017, Guidelines for Virtual Currency Exchange. It is a policy of Bangkok Central and Environmental that encourage financial innovation while at the same time that the Philippines shall not be used for the money laundering or ML or terrorist financing TF activity and that financial system and financial consumer are adequately protected. Those the Bangkok Central recognized and virtual currency BC system have the potential to revolutionize delivery for financial service, particular for payments and remittance. In view of their ability to provide faster and more economical transfer of funds both domestic and international and future support in financial inclusion. Ang guidelines for virtual naman is ito yung policy na ng Bangkok na nag-encourage ng financial innovation at the same time ensure ng Pilipinas na hindi ginagamit para sa money laundering o terrorist financing. Ang mga activities ng mga financial system and financial consumer ay pinoprotektahan. Thus, the Bangkok Center na na-recognize na ang virtual currency na may potential na kayang ma-revolutionize delivery for financial service, lalo na sa mga payments, remittance, yun nga. And, nagpo-provide ang ability nito na mag-provide ng mabilis and more economical transfer sa dalawang both domestic and international. May 2, 2017 National Cybersecurity Plans 2022 of Official Unveiled. Manila, Philippines, protecting Filipinos, particular user of the Internet, just got more serious. On Tuesday, May 2, the Department of Information and Communication o DICT formally launched the Government National Cybersecurity Plans 2022 designed to protect Internet users from harm. The DICT crafted the NSCP 2022 in recognition of the urgency of protecting every single user of the Internet among Filipinos. The Philippines Critical Information Infrastructure o CII Government Network Small and Medium Enterprise or SMIS and also the big business and corporations. Ito naman is yung mga ang Department of Information is ginawa ito ginawa ito para sa 2022 para sa mga bawat gumagamit ng internet para ang bawat Pilipino ay maprotektahan lalo na sa mga network, government networks, small and medium na business or sa mga nagko-cooperate. June 23, 2017, National Broadband Plan or NBP Free Wi-Fi Internet Access in Public Place or FWPP project and National Government Portal or GovPH unveiled by DICT. Consistent with the department mandate to enhance public service, all three projects are expected to bring ICT and digital opportunities to the people, especially those in the countryside. The NBP is the blueprint of broadband infrastructure that is envisioned that to interconnect government office throughout the country and exchange the telecommunication service for citizens, including those in remote area. The Free Wi-Fi project targets to achieve digital literacy by providing internet connectivity across municipality and cities. The government portal or GoPH is a single website where citizens can access government information, transaction, and service. Ito naman is the pre-Wi-Fi project na tinatarget nila and in-achieve ang digital literacy by providing internet connectivities across the municipalities and cities. Ang National Broadband is ito yung project nila is yung free Wi-Fi para sa mga countryside. And the government portal Gov is single websites. Ang government portal or GoPH is may single website lang siya para sa mga citizen and na-access sa government information, structure, and service. By Mary Grace Miranda Santos of the Better Broadband Alliance, posits of the geography should never be a barrier is providing ICT service to the low-income and marginalized sector. Is a mission critical to extend the internet to unserved and the underserved communities, she added. The ICT acknowledged the need to implement policy and project to continuously improve the current state of the country ICT infrastructures. Ayon naman kay Mary Grace, ang project ng free Wi-Fi is para hindi maputol ang mga providing ng mga ICT service, para hindi mababay ang ating mga income, lalo sa ating mahihirap o kaya sa ating mahirap is para hindi o kaya sa ating mahihirap na para makagamit din tayo ng internet para sa free Wi-Fi na project ng government. Ang DICT knowledge that need implement policy. Kaya ang mga DICT kailangan nila talagang gumawa ng implementation ng policy and project para hindi siya maputol, para siya ma-continuous ma-improve ang current state of country ng ICT infrastructure. July 31, 2017, MPC Circular or 0701 Registration of Data Processing System. The National Privacy Commission recently used by NPC Circular 1701 on the registration of data processing system and notification regarding automated decision making. Under circular covered personal information controller and personal information processors should complete phase 1 of the process for the registration of data processing system by September 19, 2017 and phase 2 by March 8, 2018. Ang National Privacy Commission is kumakailan lang ay na-issued ng NPC Circular 0701 on the registration of data processing system at notification ng patungkol sa automatikong paggawa ng desisyon. Under the circular na kinakailangan na may kumpleto ang unang yugtong ng process for registration of data processing system. Nung by September 9, 2017 and phase 2 by the March 8, 2018. Ratification of protocol of the legal framework PLF to implement the Asian single window. This means that Philippines can now electronically receive and send certificate or origin under Asians Trade in Goods Agreement or ATIJA from the document needed to avail to perife- preferential preferential tariff agreement. Other cross-border documents will also be exchanged under ASW Gateway in the future. With this, it will facilitate trade between the Philippines and Asian neighbors. Eventually, the ASW connection will help the Philippines to increase its competitiveness in terms of ease of those business or EODB and will increase the transparency or cargo processing by providing a more accurate, timely, and cost efficiently exchange information. Ang Pilipinas ay ngayon ay electronic dahil sa nakaka-receive at nagpapasend ng certification trade between the Philippines and Asian neighbor. Nag-exchange din ang kalakal ng Pilipinas sa Asian neighbor. Yun nga, nag-exchange ang mga ng bawat kalakal ng Philippines Asian sa neighbor, sabi nga. Eventually, the ASW connected will help Philippines to increase its competitiveness in terms is for doing business. Yun na. Ang ASW is communication na nakakatulong sa ating Pilipinas para ma-increase ang competitiveness ng Pilipinas to term of Asian, lalo na sa mga business. And will increase para ma-increase din na ng transparency ng mga cargo at mabilis na ma-process at ma-provide and more accurate, timely, and cost-efficient para sa mga nag-i-exchange for information. Yun lang po at marami pong salamat. Thank you!
An act establishing the free internet access program in public places in the country and appropriating funds therefore. Being enacted by the Senate and House of Representatives of the Philippines Congress assembled. Section 1. Short title. This act shall be known as the Free Internet Access in Public Places Act. Section 2. Declaration of Policy. The state hereby recognizes the vital role of information and communication technology in nation building and declares its policy to promote an environment for the development of structures that would ensure the availability and accessibility reliable and secure internet access suitable to the needs and aspirations of the nation. Towards this end, the state shall establish a program that will provide free access to internet service in public places throughout the country, to promote knowledge building among citizens and enable them to participate and compete in the evolving information and communication age. November 17, 2017, PSP Circular Number 980 Adoption of National Retail Payment System Framework. The NRPS provides the framework to secure promised gains of modernizing retail payments for the benefit of the consumers, the industry, and the economy as a whole. This is built on three core principles, namely interoperability, inclusivity, and competition. Interoperability is defined as a state in which customers can transfer funds from their own account to
any BSP-regulated transaction account using any device. This means that a consumer, which may be an individual or an institution, need only maintain one account, whether a bank or an e-money account, to be able to conveniently transact with anyone in the system. The inclusivity principle requires that all qualified financial service providers must be able to effectively participate in the system regardless of their size and type of transaction account offered. This fosters greater competition and sparks innovation to better support the diverse needs of the consumers. Competition is coined from the words cooperation and competition because NRPS promotes both cooperation and competition in the industry. The industry is expected to cooperate in matters that directly impact our shared objectives of system efficiency and resilience. This includes clearing and settlement rules and standards, industry governance and risk management, product features such as end users, fees, delivery channels, and customer service fall outside the cooperative and will be used as basis of competition. March 23, 2018, BSP Memorandum 2018-012, Guidelines on National Retail Payment System, legally binding agreement that lays down clearing and participation rules for a particular payment stream to facilitate electronic fund transfers among its participants. Payment streams that are covered a multilateral act promotes greater efficiency, better risk management, and interoperability compared to those that are covered by separate bilateral agreements as most often practiced. Under the NRPS framework, any two members of the PSMB can come together and create an act. This shall be created differentiated based on the payment instrument or instructions, business rules, and risk considerations. As such, a payment use case can only fall under one. Under the NRPS framework, any two members of the PSMB can come together and create an act. This shall be created differentiated based on payment instruments of instructions, business rules, and risk considerations. As such, a payment use case can only fall under one. April 6, 2018. Administrative Order Number 11, 2018. Creation of an oversight committee for the entry of the new major player in the public telecommunication. April 13, 2018. Memorandum Order Number 002. Policy Guidelines for the entry of a new major player in the telecommunication market 2. In the exigency of the service and to ensure the successful entry of a new major player in the public telecommunication market consistent with Administrative Order Number 11, dated April 6, 2018 by President Rodrigo R. Duterte, there is a need to amend certain provisions of the DIC Memorandum Order Number 001 Series of 2018 dated January 8, 2018. Section 1. Section of DIC Memorandum Order Number 001 Series of 2018 is hereby amended to read as follows. Section 1. Qualifications Application. Applicant shall have the following minimum qualifications. Legal qualification, holder of a congressional franchise that is not a related party to any dominant telecommunication player and has no outstanding liabilities with the National Telecommunication Commission as of January 31, 2018. B. Financial capability. Applicant must have a paid-in capital of at least 10 billion pesos as indicated in these latest audited financial statements. Technical capability: applicant must have latest audited financial statements. Technical capability: applicant must have experience in the provisioning, delivery, and operation of telecommunication services for the last 5 years. Operation of telecommunication service for the last 5 years. Section 2 Section 2 of the Memorandum Order Number 001 Series of 2018 is hereby amended to read follows. Section 2 Criteria for selection: the applicant with highest committed level of service. Oversight Committee created under Administrative Order Number April 6, 2018. Section 3, Section 4 of DIC Memorandum 001 Series of 32018 is hereby amended to read as follows. Section 4, Issuance of a Memorandum Circular. The NTC with the assistance. Repeal, close all other orders issued or parts thereof which are inconsistent with any of the provisions herein are hereby repealed or modified accordingly. Section 5, Saving and Separability Clause. If any provision of this order is declared invalid, the other provision not affected thereby shall remain valid and subsisting. It is also understood that all other provisions under DIC Memorandum Order Number 001 Series of 2018 remain in force. Section 6. Effectively closed, this order shall take effect immediately.
May 28, 2018, RA 11032 Ease of Doing Business and Efficient Government Service Delivery Act of 2018 is an act that aims to streamline the current system and procedure of government service, pertain to improving the competitiveness of and ease of doing business in the Philippines. October 30, 2018, RA 11127 National Payment System Act. The state recognized that payment systems are a crucial part of the financial infrastructure of the country, and it is essential that they function safely and efficiently for the stability and effectiveness of the monetary and financial system. To promote the safe, secure, efficient, and reliable operation of payment system in order to control system risk and provide an environment conducive to the sustainable growth of the economy. July 2, 2018, joint DTI, DICT, NTC, NPC, DOG, Administrative Order 18-1, whereas Section 24, Article 2 of the 1987 Philippines Constitution provide for the state recognition of the vital role of communication and information in the nation building. This order is hereby adopted to serve as guideline for consumer and relevant government agencies in resolving issues and concerns regarding telecommunication service covered by Department of Industrial Department of Information and Communication Technology, National Telecommunication Commission, National Privacy Commission, and Department of Justice. February 2019, DTI Department Order Number 1918. The E-commerce Program Office is now placed under Competitiveness and Motivation Group as a state in Do Number 1918. The Competitiveness and Ease Doing Business Group shall be renamed, recognizing the crucial role of e-commerce in profiling innovation and in developing and growing the digital economy. Assistant Secretary Pacheco is hereby instructed to strengthen and supervise the e-commerce program office. January 20, 2020, creation of the e-commerce division. On January 20, 2020, the Department of Budget and Management approved the creation of an e-commerce division that will focus on the implementation of e-commerce policies, program, and project, monitoring and implementation of the Philippines e-commerce roadmap, and ensuring that the impediment concerning e-commerce are agreed.